Listening Library presents Last Chance Live by Helena Haywoode Henry, narrated by Anicette, with a note read by the author. Part 1. Waiting. To remain still in steadiness and expectation. Chapter 1. Death row is really white. I never thought about death row till the week of trial. Then it was all I could think about. In my head it was dark and dank, creaky bars and no lights. Somewhere blacker than I am. Somewhere with ghosts. But it's not like that at all. More Martha than Snoop. Everything is painted white. The walls, bars, bed, doors, and whatever's not white is clouded steel. Lights so bright, walls so white, looks like a TV show hospital where babies are born. But it's a trick. This place is no hospital. Nobody's taking my appendix out here. Well, actually, I guess they are. No, actually, they think they are. I tell myself the same thing every day. Repeat it over and over with all the claps in the world. I'm not staying here. I'm not staying here. I didn't decide I wasn't staying till after my first week. I spent that whole week figuring out what my last meal was going to be. I would sleep and dream always about food. 'Cause when you don't get to eat nothing good, everything tastes better in your dreams. I was going to do my last meal right. One shot, no redos. Baked ziti with extra mozzarella, not too much sauce. Smoked brisket with potato salad and baked beans. Falafel, pineapple salsa. Pad thai with cilantro, peanuts, and extra crunchy sprouts. Vanilla ice cream with rainbow sprinkles. Cookie dough bites. Yellow cake pieces. Large Heath bar chunks. Strawberries. Nonpareils. Mochi. Condensed milk. Caramel sauce. Whipped cream. Best of all, thick, buttery, garlicky Domino's pan pizza with bacon and onions. Those nonpareils make your teeth crack. But it doesn't matter if it's the last meal you're gonna have. Peanut butter and chocolate cereal, the good kind. None of that store-brand foolishness. And I also spent that whole week figuring out what I would say to my little brother if I ever got the chance. If he somehow floated into this cell. His chub nose, full black cheeks that match his belly, long braids, wide eyes, finally in front of me. I'd try to make a joke asking how he even fit through the bars, waiting for him to call me some kind of fat too. I'd remind him how his blood's the same as mine, and we've always been the same inside. I'd beg him not to leave me. I'd hope he'd whisper something I forgot about our mom, or tell me how he finally beat some game level we could never beat together. Maybe he'd laugh about how Pops used to put his favorite brand of ice cream out in the sun, to show us it was the best kind 'cause it never fully melted. I'd tell Sincere I'm not gonna melt away in here. But Sincere probably wouldn't say any of that to me. He'd drop his jaw to the ground, chin on cement, rattle the bars with his scream and swallow me into the black of his gape. Put me in the darkness, where I really belong. Not inside this bright white cage. A few days in, I realized that I almost never spoke. I had no one to speak to, no reason to use my voice. Except when COs asked me to repeat my number. So I started saying my list out loud. I didn't want my voice to stop working. Then Maria in the next cell heard me rehearsing my list and yelled that Texas doesn't give you a last meal. You eat the same stuff they've been giving you every day of the week. So I'm 18 and I've already eaten every good meal I'm ever gonna have? I'm 18 and all my home-cooked meals for the rest of my life are gonna come from the cook at the Patrick O'Daniel unit. The prison for grown-up women. And me, way out in the middle of no one cares Texas, less than 200 miles from Huntsville, the place where Texas says it's gonna kill me. So I'll never eat barbacoa. I'll never scroll on my phone again. I'll never be kissed. I'll never go to Disney World. I'll never go home. Unless I get out. When Maria told me there's no last meal, I cried for an hour. I sit up and pat my hairline to feel my edges wilding out. The fuzzed up frizz looks like it's never been laid a day in its life. I hate the thought of Nana staring at my jacked-up edges, judging me. They make me look like I'm in prison, where Nana thinks I belong. Step 1, get my hair right. For Nana, but also for Hollywood. I can't be on TV if my edges ain't right. Only 3 ways to get out of here. The legal stuff, run, or fight. I haven't met with my lawyer since right after my sentencing in April, a little over 2 months ago. But what I do know is that legal stuff got me here in the first place. I listened to everybody. The cops, the lawyers, the COs, the other prisoners. I did what everybody told me to do. Said what my lawyer told me to say, didn't say what they all told me not to. I listened to everybody, but nobody listened to me. And for all those people telling me what to do, I was alone when they moved me from Dallas County Jail to O'Daniel. After all those words those folks had for me, none of them had anything to say then. Now all those people that got me in here aren't trying to get me out. Option 2. I could run. Patrick O'Daniel's got bars, guards, cameras, walls, everything to keep people like me from regular rule-following Americans, those saints living outside. I could dig a hole in my cell, but I wouldn't know where or how to start digging. I'd burrow the wrong way underground. Then I'd probably end up trapped and have to scavenge for food, living like a mole rat under the Gen Pop cafeteria. I could run at rec time, try to scale a wall, but I'd make it a foot off the ground. Then the guards would use my fat self for target practice. There's another way, though. Something I've thought about for a while. Prisoners can't leave, but guards can. So maybe I could get out if I get a guard's uniform. But most guards, I don't even want to mess with them. Some of them belong in here more than I do. There's a guard who might be a good choice. Not as scary as the others, but she's half my size. No way her clothes would fit. Which leaves option 3. I gotta fight. This show first aired right after I was arrested. Kids around my age who've done what I did all move into a house to see which one America wants to let live. The kids shuck and jive, hoping the viewers will text their votes instead of texting their friends. I never got to watch it. Even though county lockup had televisions, I wasn't allowed out of my cell during the time slot it aired. I could only listen, catching parts when this one guard will put the sound way up. So that's what I gotta do. Beat all those kids who can't live if I do. Win that show. Win my life. Only problem is, I'll probably lose. 'Cause nobody picks me. I should have had a senior year. I should have spent senior year doing senior stuff instead of living at Dallas County. Like painting my face for Spirit Week, or staying up all night at a house party, doing beach week, going to prom. But the truth is, I'm not sorry I missed senior year. Because nobody was gonna invite me to beach week, to prom. Nobody picked me to help hand out their birthday cupcakes in 3rd or 4th grade. Nobody picked me to meet them at a homecoming game. Nobody picked me to sit next to them on a bus for dodgeball, for sleepovers. Nobody picked me for anything, all my life. There's no reason it would change now. Nobody would pick me to win the show. And you know what? I don't blame them. I wouldn't pick me either. But I'm applying for the show anyway. I think I can fight. I gotta fight. Or at least, I gotta try. I try, or I die. I kneel on the concrete and reach past the jalapeno pepper chips under my bed to find my strawberry jelly. Mix it with cocoa butter, and you get extra strength edge control. Only strawberry. Can't use grape. If you do it right, it's better than the hair stuff I used outside. I figure out my game plan as I make my gel. Comb my edges down with my toothbrush, flat against my face. Then use a fingernail to swoop them to the side. Yeah, I know. My teeth gotta share their toothbrush with my hair. I pretend I'm a social media influencer showing my followers a cool new hair product. I conjure up the imaginary world I played in from 1st grade through middle school. Fine, high school. The place I spent almost all my time in since I had no friends. That's the place where people like me.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?